Hi friends, it's your pal Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about American religion, specifically through the lens of the 2023 film Nefarious, starring Sean Patrick Flanery of the Boondock Saints and Jordan Belfi. This content is part of a playlist, so you won't understand what I'm saying in this video if you haven't watched from the beginning of the playlist. Just click in the click in the description below. You'll see the link to the playlist. Start from the beginning and you'll understand the context of this video. So one of the things I was really impressed with is how I found this movie. So I'm an evangelical Christian. Guess what? I do not watch evangelical Christian movies. They are generally abominable. They are usually shot poorly, the music is bad, and they are acted poorly, right? And they're usually even written poorly. They usually just like preach right to the choir. There's really not good scripts or good stories or good anything in them, right? And so I stopped watching them a long time ago. And I do want to say this is interesting. This is because Christians are bad at art. Why? Well, we have all the answers, right? Like art comes from pain and trauma and drama and dynamism. And Christians don't have a lot of that. They don't have we get our problems just like anybody else. But like when we get a problem, we know the answer. Go to our community, and ask them for prayer. People pray on the subject, and we wait for God's will. We endure, and we all do the same thing. We do what the Bible says. Right? You ask a question, hey, what am I going to do about this problem? The answer is always the same. Whatever the Bible says to do about it, right? Like it's so. We're boring, right? We're just bog standard boring. We make good choices because we follow the Bible as much as possible, and generally it makes our lives dramatically more boring than people who are not Christians, which is really, I think, fascinating. I think that's kind of a fascinating subject. So so that's one of the reasons why Christian films are so bad. But what really surprised me was the reason I watched this movie was I started getting these 3-4 minute clips that were cut out of this film that were being served up on YouTube, right? And even that is unusual, right? Like every Marvel film has the same thing, parts of it are cut up and, served up on YouTube. But another thing about Christians is we're terrible at technology. We're generally, evangelical Christians are extremely distrusting of technology. And it means they're bad at it, right? So they don't, you're not going to find a lot of guys who are really good Christians who know how to cut up a movie, turn it into multiple videos, the most compelling parts, and put it on YouTube. It's extremely rare, right? But it does seem like it's getting more common. And so I found this because my Algo served me segments of this, and then I would watch these scenes and I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting, right? And then after I got the third or fourth, I'm like, well, why am I watching all these piecemeal parts? Why don't I just watch the movie? And so I Googled the movie and it was immediately available for free on Amazon Prime. So one, I want to thank Amazon Prime for covering this. This was really excellent. But I was extremely impressed that a Christian project could make its way all the way up through YouTube, actually arrive on Amazon Prime and be streamed and could be streamed immediately for free on Amazon Prime. That's impressive. And I'm very hopeful that we're going to get to see more like this, where we'll get to see more content like this coming up through all of the streaming services. But this was done by Believe Entertainment. I was extremely impressed with this film. And I want to say thank you to you very, very much. Thank you so much for being patient. This was something I really wanted to explore. I thought it was really fascinating. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.